I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy for every single game in the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, starting with Crash Bandicoot 1.
I was right there!
Now I attempted to Platinum this game all the way back in 2021, so I already had some of the trophies unlocked, but I still haven't completed the main game, so step 1 was to complete the story, but before I do that, I went back to the level Lost City, and kept reloading my game and destroying the same box until I got the max amount of lives.
There you go, on cloud 99.
After that, I completed the rest of the levels and defeated the last 2 bosses, Dr. Nitrous and Neo Cortex.
Finally! Cortex incapacitated? Jeez, why is that so difficult to say?
With the story now complete, we can move on to step 2, collect all the gems and keys. But first, there was one miscellaneous trophy that I had to take care of. For this trophy, I had to switch to the character Coco, and then defeat 5 enemies with a certain attack.
And boom, no holds barred. Jeez, I hate these trophy names.
Now I decided to go for the keys first. The first key was in the level Sunset Vista. What I had to do was collect all 3 Cortex heads. After that I would unlock a bonus path, and once I complete it, I collect a key and finish the level. And now the next key is the exact same, but instead it was in the level Jaws of Darkness.
Give me that trophy. There you go, Cortex's terrifying trial.
Now we can move on to the gems. To unlock a gem, you have to destroy every single box in a level. There's 6 coloured gems and 20 normal gems. To unlock the coloured gems, you have to destroy every single box doing a certain task, such as destroy every single box without dying once.
Oh my god, I've done it. There's my gem. I've made it. After an hour of trying, I've finally done it.
And after collecting a coloured gem, you unlock a coloured gem path. And once you discover your first gem path, you get a trophy.
A hidden gem. Let's go.
And then a few gems later, I was able to get my 13th gem.
Where's the trophy? More gems are better than none.
And not long after, I got my final gem.
And there it is, the ultimate gem path.
Now don't get me wrong, some of the gems were incredibly difficult, but they were an absolute breeze compared to what I had for step 3, the time trials. Ah, the time trials, everyone's worst nightmare when it comes to these games. So difficult, in fact, I broke my controller while playing the level up the creek. So that begs the question, why are the time trials so difficult? Well, for a start, if you die once, you gotta restart the entire level. And 2, you have to complete it in a certain time limit. You must get gold on every single level, but for the first 5 time trials, it doesn't matter if it's gold or not.
Catch me if you can. I didn't get the gold relic though.
Then after I completed the first 5 levels, I started grinding out Crash Bandicoot, playing all day every day, and completing most of the levels off camera, where I got my second to last trophy.
Give me that trophy. Could go all the way. One more trophy left and then we're done with Crash Bandicoot 1.
And then after that I was somehow on a roll, completing one of the hardest levels in the game in only just a few attempts, and after countless hours of failing over and over again.
Are you kidding me?
I was finally able to complete the final trial.
Oh my god, is this it? Yes! Finally! I've platinumed Crash Bandicoot 1. Now I can move on to Crash Bandicoot 2.
Step 1 of Crash Bandicoot 2 is just to complete the story. At the start of the game we are introduced to the Warp Room, which is basically the new level select hub, where you can choose any level you want at any time. Once you complete every single level, you unlock the boss, and after defeating the boss,
I think he's done. Professor Pulverized. That's our first trophy in Crash Bandicoot 2.
You move on to the next room. Once you get to the next room, if you jump on this polar bear over and over again, eventually you will get a few lives and a trophy.
Oh, there you go. A helping paw.
In the level Bear It, you ride a polar bear avoiding various different objects. But in this level, if you fall into the ice cubes, you unlock a trophy. I got this completely on accident.
Crashed cubes? Oh, I didn't know I was going to get that.
I then started making my way through the levels, until I eventually got to the next boss fight of the game, Komodo Brothers. All you have to do in this level is avoid all the attacks. Once you avoid them all, you hit one of the brothers into the other one. Do that 3 times and you unlock the trophy.
Komodo Nomo. That's our second boss defeated.
In room 3, I entered my first level, and in this level I was able to find my first bonus path.
A road less travelled? Huh.
In the level Road to Ruin, I was able to make it halfway through the level without dying once, which unlocked this death path, and once I stepped on the death path I got a trophy. I then entered the level Unbearable. Once you get to the end, you have to backtrack to this polar bear. After stepping on him, you unlock a secret exit and a secret trophy.
No bear left behind.
After that, I was able to go fight the third boss of the game, Tiny Tiger. He was pretty easy and not really anything interesting to say about him.
Tiny tricked.
And then went into a level which introduced me to bees, which ended up killing me.
Oh, buzz off.
I'm now on to my second to last boss of the game, Dr. N. Jin. Now this is a massive step up from the boss fights from the previous game, because in this one you have to fight an entire mech, and you have to take out all the parts by throwing apples at it. And of course, once you get rid of every single mech part, you unlock the trophy.
And he's defeated. Mech wrecked. One more boss and then we're done with the main campaign.
And not long after, I was able to get to the final boss and obviously defeat him.
And he's done! Cortex and adequate.
With the campaign now finished, we can move on to step 2. Collect all miscellaneous and secret exit trophies that I've missed. I first entered the level Hanging Out. In this level, all I had to do was go to one of the dead ends, which would unlock the secret exit.
Trophy! Hang in there. Maybe.
The next level was Digging It. In this level, I had to body slam a certain plant, which would unlock the exit.
And body slam. It worked. The Flora flop.
Now the second to last secret exit was in the level Bear Down. For this level, all I had to do was play through it normally, and once I got to the end, I'd do some parkour until I get to the exit.
Island hopping. One more secret exit to go.
Now the final secret exit is in the level Air Crash. What I have to do is jump across all these boxes onto this platform.
Let's go! Jumping the jet board.
Now we're done with the secret exits, it's time to move on to the miscellaneous trophies. Now I'm only missing 3 miscellaneous trophies, so this shouldn't take too long. The first miscellaneous trophy was for defeating enemies with Coco's leg drop.
Boom shakalaka.
The next trophy I went for was for getting 99 lives. For this I just went to a beehive and kept defeating every single bee until I hit the max amount.
Let's go! 99% precipitation.
Now for this last miscellaneous trophy, I have to make an entire new game. After making that new game, I have to keep entering and leaving the same level. After doing it 5 times, Cortex gets mad, unlocking me the trophy.
Cortex infuriated.
Now we've got that out of the way, it's time to move on to step 3. All gems and time relics.
No! I was right there!
Now in my opinion, I think Crash Bandicoot 2 has harder time trials than Crash Bandicoot 1. That's why I decided to do them first and start with all the easy levels. So I was able to quickly get to 5 relics.
That's it. Kick the tires.
And then I got to 10 relics.
Come on. Come on. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yes! Light the fires!
We're now getting on to the really difficult levels, which lead to reactions like this.
It's right there. Oh!
And then with reactions like this.
Are you joking? What? Why don't you lift it up?
So when I finally completed all the trials, I was obviously really happy.
Give me the gold relic. Wumpa burner engaged. I finally got all the time trials done.
Now we move on to the gems, which are basically the exact same as Crash Bandicoot 1. Some gems make gem paths.
Ooh, a diamond in the rough.
Some were coloured gems, and some were normal gems. But these were incredibly easy because of all the practice I had during the time trials. So I was able to burn through them all pretty quick.
One man's trash. The incredible Crash Bandicoot! We can now move on to Crash Bandicoot 3.
Step 1 of Crash 3 is to complete the main story. So I entered my first level, and whilst playing through it I found my first bonus path.
Taking the scenic route. That's our first trophy in Crash Bandicoot 3.
I then completed a few more levels and got to the first boss of the game, Tiny Tiger. This boss was incredibly simple. What you had to do was dodge all the attacks and then hit him 3 times.
And he's done.
The next boss is Dingo Dial. For this fight I have to avoid all the attacks until he breaks enough ice. When he breaks enough ice I can get in there and spin attack him. Do that 3 times and I defeat him.
Henter's Revenge.
After that I entered my first level of World 3, and in this level I found a wizard, and after they killed me I unlocked a miscellaneous trophy.
Oh, warts and all.
And not long after I was at my next boss fight of the game. Just like every other boss fight, in this one you have to dodge loads and loads of attacks, and near the end of them it will reveal a path. You then go along that path and hit him. Obviously do that 3 times and you've defeated the boss.
A nefarious trophy.
The next trophy I got was in the level Sphinxinator. In this level what I had to do was hit a mummy once and then let them kill me. Up next was the boss Dr. N. Jin. In this boss fight you are in a ship attacking Dr. N. Jin, and you've got to destroy every single part of his mech. Once you do that you defeat the boss and unlock the trophy.
Mech wrecked again. That boss fight was awesome.
Then a few levels later I found my first death route.
Not a scratch. Give it time. I think that was for discovering my first death route.
After that I got to the final boss of the game, Neo Cortex. And to be completely honest, I think this was probably one of the easiest bosses in the entire Crash Bandicoot trilogy.
Cortex incarcerated. We're now done with the main story.
With the main story now completed, we can move on to step 2. Collect all the miscellaneous trophies that I missed throughout the game. There's quite a lot of trophies I missed, so let's quickly go through them. The first one was for defeating 5 enemies with Coco's Spin.
Category 5.
Then in the same level, I defeated 5 chickens with a bazooka.
Trigger clicking good.
I then found these monkeys in a pot, and what I had to do was avoid every single attack until they stopped coming out. After that I destroy every single pot and got a trophy.
Your moment of zen.
In the level Tomb Time, once you spawn in you have to pull out your bazooka and shoot a certain part of Cortex's head.
Okay, shoot this. The riddle of the Sphinx. That was easy.
In the level Road Crash, you have to drive into this random sign. Once you do, you unlock a secret exit.
Okay, so what I have to do is just go over this sign. UFO zing.
At last but not least, you have to find this fake Crash Bandicoot. Once you do, shoot him with the bazooka and the trophy is yours.
Except no substitutes.
Now we've completed that, we can move on to the final step of the game. Collect all the gems and relics. But first I'm gonna go get 100 lives so the gems are a bit easier.
A stitch in time saves 99.
Now just like Crash Bandicoot 2, I decided to go straight for the time trials. And Crash 3 was incredibly easy compared to the first 2 games. And I didn't even rage that much. And when I did rage, it would only be something little.
Why didn't the port? Why didn't it? Oh my god. Why did it not let me in the portal? I got there and it didn't let me in the portal. That's ridiculous.
And then after that I was able to get to 5 relics.
Yes! Buckle up boys, buckle up.
And then 10 relics.
Is there a problem, Granny?
But if I wanted to get to the final level, I had to get picked up by this bird.
Ah, getting carried away.
And once I got to the final level, I got my 30th relic.
Secret gem. Booyah, Grandma. Booyah. All we got left is the gems.
And the gems were just as, if not easier than the time trials. So I was able to quickly get all the gems in the bonus levels, discover a gem path,
I cut above the rest.
earn 21 gems,
Leave no gem unturned.
and of course, the final trophy in the game.
The invincible Crash Bandicoot! We have finally platinumed the entire Crash Bandicoot trilogy.